In this lecture, I'm going to talk about Python virtual environments, why they're important, and how to set them up and use them in Python 2.7 and Python 3. So what are Python virtual environments? By default, all Python packages are installed to a single directory on the system, which can become a problem when you have multiple Python projects that have different and potentially conflicting dependencies. For example, Project A needs version 1 of a particular library, while Project B needs version 2 of that same library. This can be a problem as the Python runtime cannot have both versions of the library installed at the same time. Virtual environments solve this problem by creating isolated Python environments that can be customized per project. This is done by creating a new directory for each virtual environment with links or copies of the Python executable, library, and tools. Then subdirectories are added to hold the installed packages for that particular virtual environment. When a virtual environment is activated, the path environment variable is updated to point first to the virtual environment's bin directory. This means that the virtual environment's Python instance will be found and executed when Python is run, and subsequently the packages installed in that virtual environment will be used. To use virtual environments with Python 2.7, you need to install the virtualenv package with the command pip install virtualenv. Once virtualenv is installed, you can create a new virtual environment with the command virtualenv followed by the name of the new virtual environment. Once your virtual environment has been created, you can activate it by sourcing the activate script in the environment's bin directory. And you can deactivate the virtual environment by simply typing the deactivate command. And lastly, you can delete the virtual environment by deleting the top-level directory that was created when you initially ran the virtualenv command. Now let's look at a quick example. First, I'll need to install virtualenv with the command pip install virtualenv. Next, I'll create a new virtual environment in my current working directory called pytest_27_venv. Then I'll activate the new virtual environment by sourcing the activate script in its bin directory. Now that I've activated the virtual environment, I can see its name in my command line prompt, indicating to me that the virtual environment is active. At this point, I could install Python packages that are specifically needed in this virtual environment. I'll go ahead and install pytest and verify it works by calling pytest. To deactivate the virtual environment, I simply type in deactivate. Now that I'm not running the virtual environment, I'll verify pytest is no longer available by running pytest on the command line. To delete the virtual environment, I just delete the environment's top-level directory. Python 3 comes with a built-in module for creating virtual environments called venv. The virtualenv command that we use with Python 2.7 can be used with Python 3 as well, but using venv is the preferred approach as it's already built into Python 3. It also creates smaller virtual environments and is extendable with the ability to use additional plugins. The commands to activate, deactivate, or delete a virtual environment are all the same for venv in Python 3 as they were for virtualenv with Python 2.7. The only difference is the command to create a virtual environment. The command for venv is python 3-m venv followed by the name of the new virtual environment. Now let's look at a quick example for Python 3 with venv. Because venv already comes installed in Python 3, I don't need to download anything else. I'll start by creating a new virtual environment in my current working directory called pytest_3_venv using the venv module. Next, I'll activate the new virtual environment by sourcing the activate script in its bin directory. Now that I've activated the virtual environment, I can see its name in my command line prompt, indicating to me that the virtual environment is active. At this point, I can install Python packages that are specifically needed in this virtual environment. I'll go ahead and install PyTest and verify that it works. To deactivate the virtual environment, I simply type in deactivate. Now that I'm not running this virtual environment, I'll verify PyTest is no longer available by running PyTest on the command line. To delete the virtual environment, I just delete the environment's top-level directory. In the next lectures, I'll go over how to use PyTest and the popular PyCharm and PyDev Python IDEs.